In today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about BIDU. Now, as far as the pattern of this stock, this is the daily chart of BIDU. It's still a bearish pattern of lower lows and lower highs. And recently, we did have a trade setup that was just based off of symmetry, where we looked at some of these prior rally swings and then compared it to the swing that we had up into this resistance, anywhere from 174 to 177, and you had a really healthy decline. Okay, but this is not when you want to sell. If you missed taking a signal against this resistance and you have a move like this, you don't want to be a seller down here, because more than likely you're going to be sitting through a pullback that you're not going to want to be sitting through. So if you want a relatively low risk entry, most of my setups are going to be, identified by using pullbacks. So yes, we had this nice healthy decline. Yes, this is still a bearish pattern, and yes, we still could see an extension to the downside where the target would be this 148.21 area. Okay, but what do we need to see, or how can you have a low risk entry? Well, you can see it here. I do have the resistance set up here from these swings, but it's a little bit easier to see on a lower time frame chart. So let's look at that next. So this is where we had a pullback. My first projection I ran was this low to high, projected from this low, and that gave us the 168 area. There was also a 618 retracement of the prior high to low. So this was one of the areas that we were going to look for, a possible failure and sell entry, and we did absolutely see a bit of a decline from there. The other area that I was going to watch, and I will still watch, will be from this prior longer swing here, projected from this low. That comes in 171.21, and it just happens to overlap a 786 of the prior swing. So those are two areas that, if this high is more important in the bigger picture, that ideally we continue to hold below one of these areas. And if it does, then I am going to look for lower prices in BIDU. But if it takes it out, I think then I'm going to throw that idea out the window. Now, the only thing I could tell you about right here, right now, is, yeah, we did get a move off of that area. But if it is indeed going to continue down towards a target, from this high, we need to crack this area of support on the way down. This includes a couple of symmetry projections here, and then also a 618 retracement. But if we can push through those after holding below here, we are more likely to head towards at least the shorter term downside target. And if we don't break it, then be prepared, because you could get another swing up to the next key test of resistance. Just take this market from one decision to the next. That's the best way to go, because from one day to the next, do we really know where it's going? Just use the decisions to trade against, and if you're uncomfortable with taking stuff overnight, you want to definitely look at some day trades instead.